So today we're looking at a very important topic in programming, which is arrays. So as you know, in this course, we will look at the concepts from Kotlin. And if you want to follow up with us, then subscribe to the channel and also enable the notifications bell so that you can have you can know when I will be streaming. This point, as I said, we'll look at arrays and maybe type checks and casts if we have enough time and if it doesn't go too long. So what's an array? It is a data structure that holds a fixed number of values of the same type or its subtypes. The most common type of array is the object type array, which is represented by the array, which is probably the most general one. So if you use primitives in an object type, this has a performance impact because your primitives are boxed into objects. To avoid boxing overhead, use primitive type arrays. Okay, so if possible, you should use the primitive types, which are these that we will be looking at later. So the ones with starting with the type, like boolean, byte, char, and so on. Whereas the object type array should be a more different, a more general version. Well, yeah, we'll see it. We'll see it in a few moments. So when to use arrays? You should use them when you have a specialized low-level requirements that you need to meet. For example, if you have performance requirements beyond what is needed for regular apps, or you need to build a custom data structure. If you don't have these restrictions, then use the collections instead. So we will look at collections from the standard libraries later. Basically, the collection types that are relevant are lists, sets, and maps. Okay, so lists are ordered collections. Set is a collection of unique elements, so there will be no repetitions. And maps are a set of key value pairs. We have seen them a little bit. And so basically, if you don't have requirements, as they're saying here, to build a custom data structure, or if you need performance requirements beyond what is needed for regular apps, which is not very clear here, but if you need to, you can use them. That's what they're saying. Collections have the following benefits compared to arrays. Okay, so they're saying that collections, the ones that we saw here, like lists, sets, and maps, have some benefits. They can be read-only, which gives you more control and allows you to write robust code that has a clear intent. They're easy to add or remove elements on, and in comparison to arrays, arrays have a fixed size. Okay, so that's interesting. So you cannot change the size of an array. We'll see this later, but that's what they're saying. The only way to add or remove elements, is to from an array is to create a new array each time, which is inefficient. Okay, so basically what they're saying is that we should not use arrays. We should prefer using collections, when we're writing code, because they have some limitations like fixed size, and probably they can't be read-only. You can use the equality operator to check if collections are structurally equal. You can't use this operator for arrays. So yeah, the third reason why you should use the collections is that with the equality, you can verify if one list or one set or one map is equal to another one. And you can't use this for operators. Yeah, sorry, you can't use this operator for arrays. Instead, you have to use a special function which you can read more about in compare arrays, which let's see where it is. Yeah, it is here in this same document. For more information about collections, see the collections overview. Okay, so they're saying basically, please use collections. To create arrays, you can use functions such as array of nulls, or empty array. Okay, and the array constructor as well. This example uses the array of function and passes item values to it. Okay, so let's start with a new, yeah, some new function over the basic types. Play with arrays, and then let's declare value of first array, and then let's say array of, and then say, let's say, yeah, 1 2 3, as they're doing here, 1 2 3. One other way, so now as you see, this is seen as an array of integers because we have set only integers inside. Let's declare a second array, and let's use some other syntax like array of nulls. Probably nulls. Yeah, we have to give the type and probably also the size. Yeah, so the size, and then we should remove probably. Yeah. So we're creating an array of nulls of size 5. And basically this is creating an array with all nulls, but with the type integer. So nullable integers we'll have here. And yeah, probably, yeah, as you see here, inside the constructor, we need to specify the size. And that's it. Third way to create an array is with the syntax array by accessing the constructor. And then here we have to specify the size and also the parameter init. So let's specify, yeah, let's do everything here, size 5, and init. It is a function. The function init is called for each element, each array element sequentially starting from the first one. It should return the value for an array element given its index. Should return the value for an array element given its index. Okay, so let's try and do something like this. I'm not sure it will work. Let's see. Per type is unit, but int was expected. So let me try, because I'm not sure this is the proper way. Okay. Yeah, so that should be the way. one way. Of course, it's not the perfect one. So basically, what I'm doing here is I have specified in this lambda function the index. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It will cycle inside this value, and then I am returning inside this function the array value, which is incrementing from 0 to 4. I could say, just for the purpose of this example, 10, and then we should see it printed here. Play with arrays. Okay, run. Let's see what happens. All right, so it's not printing the value, unfortunately. Let me try like this for each print, or maybe we create a string. So string s, and then we say plus equal, no, sorry, yeah, plus equal, and then we add it. So this string should now have all the elements inside it. Yeah, maybe we should also add a comma, and then remove the last comma. So remove last. There's no remove last. Remove suffix. Which is the way. Yeah, we could also do s dot separate, not separate, but I saw it before. Compared to join height. Filter, it's not filter. Let's do remove suffix. Char sequence, okay. Maybe we need parentheses. We need to do to string. Okay. Okay, he wants us to use template. Okay, now we have the values that I was trying to print out. So since the array does not seem to have a function to print out the numbers, then we should do it in a similar way. Let me just check very quickly if they don't have a way of printing the values. Yeah, it looks like so. Anyway, maybe we could have done join to string as well. Okay. Let's see. I'm not sure. Yeah. Yeah. That's the join to string will enable you to print the values of the array, and it should be pretty similar to what we have done. So let's use this one. Oh, we had it here. I was thinking of a fancy way, but the documentation always has this way. Okay. This example uses arrays of null. Okay, as we've seen, we're just printing nulls. We can print all the third array, second array, and so on. And also we can create an empty array if we wanted to. Let's see what it does for array, and then array of oh sorry, was empty array, yeah, array of integers. What does it do for an empty array of integers? We should have some value for it. What value is it? Is it assigning? That's what I'm trying to understand. Array of nulls size 0. All right. So it's an array of nulls with size 0. All right. Oh god. You can specify the type of the empty array due to Kotlin inference. Okay. Yeah, in the same ways. The array constructor takes the array size and a function that returns values for the array element given its index. So you can, this creates, okay, if you give the same value, if you want to give 0 to all the elements, then you can do it with the lambdas. It's similar to what we have done here. Okay, maybe we can create another array with size 5, and basically he's saying that you can specify 1. We could also shorten these and do something like that, because the second parameter can also be taken like this if it's a lambda function, if it's a function, sorry. So since array initializer has a second parameter like this, we can also use this syntax, which is a bit more a bit clearer. So if we give array the value of 3, then all elements will be set to 3. All right, yeah. So what they're doing here is something similar to what we were doing before. They are assigning in this case they're using the index to create I to the power of 2. So 0, 1, 4, 9, and so on is the result. We can reuse this example for that purpose, and we should have the same result. Yeah, in this case they're bringing it to string, and in this case we're not needed to make it to string. Yeah. Okay. Nested arrays. So we can nest one array inside another one to create a two-dimensional array, also called matrix. And in order to do this, we just need to nested array, declare it as they are doing in this example. Yeah, let's see later I think it will complain because I've set array to int, and let's see what happens. Size 2. So this will be a 2 by 2 matrix with all integers. Let's see. Type int match. Infer type is array of int, but int was expected. All right, int was expected. So array of int, and now it works. So I'm well, they're not specifying the type here, but this is an array of arrays, and it's of type integer. The inside array is of type integers, and the outside array is of type array of integers. So that's the thing to be careful. Print line, nested array, join to string. And okay, so to print it, content deep to string, which will be just a join to string, probably. Yeah, deep to string. Okay, they're using some internal functions, but I think that's the same as join to string. Just they're adding the parentheses, so it's more readable. Okay, same thing here. Three-dimensional arrays. We don't need that at the moment. Arrays are always mutable. To access and modify elements in an array, use the indexed access operator. So what's the meaning of mutable and immutable? Mutable is when you can change the element inside the array, and immutable means that you cannot change something inside the array. And in this case, they say arrays are always mutable. And that's why you should prefer using collections, because you have two versions of collections, one which is mutable and one which is not. So for example, for lists, you will have a mutable list and a normal list, which is read-only. Yeah, so as you see here, a read-only interface that provides operator for accessing collection elements. So with the list of, you will not be able to write. With the mutable version, mutable list of, you will be able to write. All right. Let's keep on going. Access and modify elements. Well, to access and change an element, you can do that just like, let's make an example. In the nested array, you can say 0 and then 1 and say this, I want it to be equal to 2, and then we'll see in position 0 element 1, so position 0 is this array, and then element 1 will be this one, and we will assign a value of 2, and then it will change this value, because arrays are always mutable. And same thing for, I don't know, fifth array. We can do, I want to change only the fourth element to number 10. Let's run this, and we have 10 and we have 2 as we imagined. So we're changing the value. Arrays are in Kotlin are invariant. This means that Kotlin doesn't allow you to assign an array string to an array any to prevent possible runtime failure. Instead, you can use array out any. So for more information, see type rejections. So generics, we will be looking at them in later episodes, so I don't think it's good to check this, but maybe you can try. So it doesn't allow you to assign an array string to an array of any. Maybe we can try like string array, string, say array of, and then oh, missing sorry, string array, yeah, okay, array of, and then we're assigning a string, and then we're assigning one, and it will say the inferred type is integer literal type, but string was expected, so change the type to array of any. So you cannot do this, and I think you cannot also do something like this. It should complain. Yeah, inferred type is array any, but array of string was expected. So it's not possible to do this casting. You need to change also the type here. If I do this, however, I should be able to do it. Any type array. Let's see what's happening. Join to string. Then let's run it. So this is generic array. Yeah, we're saying I want both a string and a number inside it. Oops. So messed up. Accessing and modifying, work with arrays. In Kotlin, you can work with arrays by using them to pass a variable of arguments to a function or perform operations on the array themselves. To arguments to a function or to perform operations on the arrays themselves. Okay, for example, comparing arrays, transforming their contents, or converting them to collection. All right, so we'll see this pass variable number of arguments to a function. In Kotlin, you can pass a variable number of arguments to a function via the var_arg parameter. This is useful when you don't know the number of arguments in advance, like when formatting a message or creating an SQL query. To pass an array of containing a variable number of arguments to a function, use the spread operator. The spread operator passes each element of the array as individual arguments to your chosen function. All right, so you can use to pass an array containing a variable number of arguments to a function, use the spread operator. So you can basically use this operator that we're seeing here to so that basically the letters array is spread over all the arguments, and all the arguments must be, as we're seeing here, of type string, so it will complain if they're not. We can try this example, and so we need to write the private function print all strings, and then we have to say var argument s string, and then we do for s in, sorry, for let's do free content, and here for s means string content. And then, yeah, as we see here, this will be a string, and this will be value parameter var string content. Okay, but what we can do is print s, and then it will print all the s arguments that are strings in one line. So now let's do print line, print all strings, and then here I will pass 2, I will pass 3. So we're passing a variable number of arguments, and then I can also say star array of, and then I can say our arg elements must be a string. So I will pass 3, 4, 5, so on. Yeah, this is redundant, as you see here, because I'm not assigning it to a variable, so I can do something like array strings, all array strings. Let me see. Yeah, it's a result. So array of strings, and then let's put this. And so now it complains because I have to use this operator. Let me try. Yeah, as you can see here, infer type is array of strings, but string was expected, and we can use the operator to the spread operator to fix this. Compare arrays. Okay, so the content equals, we compare the content, not, and the equality operation will not compare the content, so they will not be equal probably. Let's just try this. So let me see if we have let's create two equal arrays. Can be first array and where is it? Third array. So one, let's change what 0, 1, 4, 9, 16. So we have two arrays of equal content. Maybe 3 to 5. Yeah. So we also have an empty array. Size 5. No? Yeah, empty array has size 0. So let's also, we can use the fifth array to compare it. So print line. So we're comparing array number 1. So first array to compare. Sorry, so was it? Content equals. And then content equals to the third array. And this should be true. And here is it false. I always forget this. String concatenation is not likely in Kotlin. It's we should use template strings. First array and fifth array. And run it. Yep. So it's working like we expected. We can also do it in this way. They're saying because it's an infix function. You see here. And what else? Yeah, that's it. Don't use equality and inequality. These operators check whether the assigned variables point to the same object. To learn more, yeah, here our blog post. So this is more uh, of a limitation that they cannot use equality because they point to different memory areas. So let's check this print line. So yeah, is it false? First array equals third array. Dangerous array comparison replaced with content equals. Yeah, it is also saying this. So that they're false. This is false because we're comparing to different memory areas, to different pointers. Transform arrays. Kotlin has many useful functions to transform arrays. This document highlights a few, but this isn't an exhaustive list. For full list of functions, see API reference. Okay, so we can use sum to sum all the elements. For example, let's take first array, sum on first array, and we can do dot sum, and then this function will sum all the numbers inside the array. It's pretty easy. If you go inside it, you can see that it's declaring an integer, it's setting it to 0, and then it's cycling through the elements and assigning them to sum, and then that's it. Right, this can only be used with arrays of numeric types, of course, such as integers. So we were lucky because first array is an array of integers. You can shuffle the elements in an array, like using the shuffle function. So we can try this. Shuffle, first array, shuffle. And we should have, okay, sorry, join. Already forgot how to print them join to string. All right, but shuffle. Oh, so this is a function that should be used and does not return any type. So we should use it and then print the array. Yep, that's what we did. If you work with different APIs where some use arrays and some use collections, then you can convert your arrays to collections and vice versa. All right, so let's try this. So for example, first array join string, or actually before, yeah, we don't want to join to string, we want to list. So we can convert this to a list or also to a collection. But let's use the list as an example. As you will see here, this is printed out in parentheses, square parentheses as arrays. We do to set, it will print. Okay, so it's all the collections are in square parentheses. This can be a little bit confusing because it might be, yeah, you might think that a set or a list is the same, but it's not. Yeah, you also see it here. So to set or to list is possible, but to map. Yeah, if you need a map, however, you need to specify the keys. In fact, what you can see here is that only an array of pair key value can be converted to a map. So let's do this to set. Let's do it again. To list, to set, sorry. So list, set, and now let's bring the, we want to have a map from array. So let's specify array 5, specify, and then let's do pair of, yeah, we could use the array index as a key. Not even sure you can do it like this, but try pair integer string. Yeah, looks like you can do that. So we're saying maybe like this. So we're saying index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're saying 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this time I'm converting it to string so that we have different type or key and value. And then now I'm converting all of these to set, but we want to have a map. And we can have a map because, as we said, this is a pair. If we try to have a map here, it will complain. There's no extension function that allows you to convert integer array to map. You need to specify a pair. Let's go on with the primitive type arrays, sorry. If you use the array class with primitive values, these values are boxed into objects. So yeah, they're not really, probably is inefficient because they create an integer each time, whereas in integer arrays they have int arrays, yeah, it's the equivalent as int in Java, and it's more efficient probably. So as an alternative, you can use primitive types, which allow you to store primitives in an array without the side effect of boxing overhead. So if you have array of integers, replace all of them with int array and so on. These classes have no inheritance relations to the array class, but they have the same set of functions and properties. So prefer having int arrays. So let's keep, yeah. Now, what's the downside of this? That we should say int array of instead of what we have done before, and this now complains because we're not comparing the same types. We're comparing an array, a boxed array of integers, to an int array. So for this example, let's create a new array again. Okay, 6. And let's hide this. And then let's get back to this. All right. And sixth array is here. All right, same syntax as before. If we give value 5, size 5, sorry, it will be initialized to all zeros. That's a little bit. Yeah, that's how it worked also before. To convert primitive types to object types arrays, use the toTyped array function. To convert object types array to primitives, use to boolean or to byte or to char array. But this, guys, is so if you really need an array of integers, well, use the int array instead of array of integers because it's more efficient. So that's my suggestion. Okay. Let's try this. We can go back to int array here, and then to int array here, and now we can solve this by saying to int array. Nope. Yeah. All right. To int array. So we're what we're doing now is we are comparing two integer arrays instead of two array of two boxed arrays of integer, and the result is still the same because it's comparing the objects, so we should be happy about it. And why is it printing Kotlin unit? I'm not sure about why is it printing Kotlin unit. Anyway, try something like this. Just to. Alright, so where am I printing? Printing, oh, because there's already, should be like this, sorry, I didn't notice this. So it was using print line inside, it was printing basically, trying to print the function, but it's not like that it works. All right, so we are done with the arrays. Let's see how much we have on this. Type checks and casts. In Kotlin, you can perform type checks to check the type of an object at runtime. Typecasts enable you to convert objects to a different type. So I think that I prefer to do this in a new live stream. And even though it's short, I think it's better. And then we'll see if conditions, control flow, like if conditions, returns and jumps, break continue, exceptions, and so on. Yeah, exceptions is quite long. So I prefer to close this one. It's already about 1 hour, so you don't get too much information. Anyway, the recap is that you should prefer using the primitive type arrays that we have seen here, and instead of boxed arrays. And second thing is that arrays are mutable, so it's preferred to use collections in Kotlin, like lists, like sets, and like maps. You can always convert from arrays, box arrays, to their unboxed version, so to their primitive version, and you can also convert arrays to collections and vice versa. So that's pretty much it, guys. I hope this was useful for you, and don't forget to subscribe again and to also click the notification icon to get updates on when we will live stream again. Thank you, guys. Bye.